All right, yeah, man. So right now we got the legend himself, the goat, in my humble opinion, Dave Chappelle. Um, yeah, man. This is called Unforgiven. Um, yeah, David's going through a lot of things with Netflix right now because of he's not getting paid off of the streaming of his show, the Chappelle show. So yeah, he talks about it. Yeah.
It was surprising that he put it on his IG.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
That's why I didn't even know about it until people was like they kept sharing it. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Dave, man. Dave. All right, so let's get into it.
All right, here's the story. I started doing stand-up comedy when I was 14. I'll never forget the first time I was on stage. The guy that introduced me was a guy named J.T. Newton. I'm 47. I can close my eyes and remember the introduction like it was yesterday. It went like this. Ladies and gentlemen, this next young man comes.
The big bully took his joke, man.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Imagine a big dude talking like that to like scrawny ass Dave Chappelle.
That's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. It's money. Money is the root of some evil, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Now, if he would have you know, just gave it back or did anything generous for Dave Chappelle, it would have went a long way for him.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle is a big. You don't know. He didn't know Dave Chappelle was gonna be this big.
Yeah, it's crazy how what being a nice person or how,
Yeah.
being a nice person how far it can get you, man. It's crazy. Man.
I like that chain though. That chain is tough.
Yeah, it is. I used to have that back in the day. Like you know what I'm saying?
What was the C for?
Huh?
What was the C for?
See? Nah, it was a
I never forgot that. I never forgot that. I was 15 years old. I'm 47 now. I think about this guy all the time. When I look at my own kids and I see how young and innocent they are, I can't believe someone did that to me. And I don't think about it every day because that was the worst thing that happened to me. I think about it every day because that was the first time that someone ever did that to me. But in my career, it has happened many, many times since when someone would intimidate me or scare me and take something that I believe was mine. Tell you another story.
see the
Now
setup.
I'm 18 years old.
Yeah.
I'm living in New York City, and I just finished my first road tour, which was a very difficult tour. I'll spare you the details. Now I'm back in New York, but my rent is paid, thank God. And I have $60 to my name, and a woman that I have met in Pittsburgh, a bad Dominican bitch.
The Americans, they be
Was
bad,
coming
man.
to New York. She was going to spend
She
the
from the
weekend.
Bronx.
I couldn't wait for her to get there. She was coming that evening.
He just said she was from Pittsburgh.
Nah, she from the Bronx, bro.
Oh, okay, now she's from the Bronx.
Remember, I only had $60 for a whole weekend to entertain a bad bitch.
Not possible.
Now I'm walking through Greenwich Village, and I see something I've never seen before. 3-card Monte. You know what that is? Yeah, the guy had the whole thing. The table was set up, and he had the 3 cards, and the crowd was hooting and hollering, and he was like, find the red card, find the red card. And people were playing. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, but it was really exciting, and I'm standing there watching it, and I noticed while I'm watching them play this game that the red card, the one you're trying to find, had just a little bend on the corner. And I'm watching and I'm like, yo, this guy doesn't seem to know that red card is bent. I'm gonna beat this motherfucker. And I walked up to the table and I said, let me play a hand. And I put my last $60 on that table and he starts to shuffle and find the red card, find the red card. And I kept watching that bent card go around the table, make sure I kept my eyes on that bent card. And when he stopped shuffling and he said, find the red card, I pointed to it with confidence. Here it is right here. And he flipped it over and it was black. And he took my money. I couldn't fucking believe that. How did this nigga do that? Was that magic or sorcery? I was confused. So you know what I did? I sat there and I watched him for a real long time play the game. And I realized that all those people who was doing all that hooting and hollering and betting, my God, they were his friends. They were in on the whole thing.
Hold on. Press pause. I'm happy I'm wearing this hat today. You see what hat I'm wearing? That's what you call, ladies and gentlemen, a finesse. You finessed him.
Gotcha.
Got him.
For a real long time, play the game. And I realized that all those people who was doing all that hooting and hollering and betting, my God, they were his friends. They were in on the whole thing. I felt so wronged. I felt so stupid. And then the next sucker came up to the table and was about to put his money down. And I said, fuck that, man. Don't put your money there. All these niggas is in on it. It's a trick. And when I said that, the guy that was dealing, and this motherfucker was huge, snatched me up by my collar. Feel how strong he was when he grabbed me. I was a skinny little guy. And he was gonna maul me. The only reason he didn't, I'm sure, is because he saw the fear in my face. And that fear, he looked at me. I saw his eyes go from hard to soft. He softened. Then he looked at me like the way a father would look at a child. And he said to me, young man, don't ever come between a man and his meal. I never forgot that either.
Press pause.
Most niggas would have.
Shit is crazy, man. It's now granted, Dave Chappelle was a young guy when this happened. He was 18 years old.
Yeah.
Right? But it's kind of shocking to me how a lot of people have never learned this lesson throughout their lives. That's grown men. There's some people in this world that try to take money away from other people for some weird reason, like the same thing that Dave Chappelle is talking about. Like, and I want to ask you guys, like, why do you think some people try to demean how other people get their money, or how, you know, people get their livelihood? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think that, like, where do you think that stems from? Do you think it's something within themselves? Because I really don't know. Because at first I thought it was something coming from like a privileged standpoint. Yeah. Because it's like you've had money your whole life, so you don't really know what it means to take how can it affect someone if you take certain money away from somebody. But then I'm like, it can't be privileged, because there's people that are privileged that understand that's a wrong thing to do. So what do you think?
Why people do it?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of reasons, but most of the reasons because either they jealous. I think it's mostly, most of these situations happen because niggas is jealous and envy of somebody, and like, oh, you can do that, and I want to do that, or I'm just mad that you making money from it, so I'm trying to stop you.
So, all right, so you think at the time when Dave was 18, he said he felt wronged, right?
Yeah.
So you think that him feeling wrong can, yeah, exactly. Like, the guy's making money and he's felt wrong from it. Like, oh, he felt like you scammed me.
I don't think, because he said you can't come between a man and his money, but does that change when it's something like bad? Like you're scamming people?
Yeah. It's a weird thing, because me personally, if it's going to sound terrible, it's going to sound really, really bad, what I'm going to say. But if I was in Dave, this is me as a grown man now, but if I was in Dave Chappelle's shoes and the dude would have scammed me and I noticed he would have scammed me,
yeah,
I don't know if he had, like, because for instance, I like using Notorious B.I.G., rest in peace to Biggie Smalls. He had to rob to feed his daughter. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's wrong. It's completely wrong. I would not do that. Christopher won't do it. Was Paul's Nancy where we won't do that. But it's bad habits but good intentions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like it's kind of tricky for me with that because you know we don't know what that guy's going through. We don't know if he's a felon. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? This is his only way to make money. It's tough. It's a tough situation. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about this, because sometimes people think things are so A and B. Yeah. It's not just black and white.
Yeah, it depends on the situation. Yeah. In this case. Yeah. Because it's a scam. Like those 3 car Monte, that's a scam.
It is.
So.
But if he's well off, then we could be like, all right, dude, like, nah, you're.
But the saying that he said, that's correct. You should not come between a man and his money.
Yeah. So here we go again.
To learn a lesson that profound, it took me 2 seconds. Never get between somebody and their paper. Taking a man's livelihood away from him is akin to killing him. Mm. Do you know why Prince, the famous rock star that was a friend of mine, do you know why he called himself the artist when he came back? He calls himself the artist because that's what they call us in our contracts. Oh, these contracts are crazy. You should hear the terminology they say in these contracts. To use your name and likeness in perpetuity throughout the universe. Who the fuck could possibly know what that means?
At a young age, too.
Nobody. You're trying to see the money.
It's so complicated, in fact, that when you're a kid like me, you have to hire somebody to tell you what that means. And you sit down at a table and you do the contract game. And that's how I got with Comedy Central. I signed a contract. And I signed the contract the way the 28-year-old expectant father that was broke signs a contract. I was desperate. I needed a way out. And it wasn't good money and it wasn't good circumstances. But what else am I going to do, I said. And all these white people sitting at that table told me, trust us, Dave, it's a good contract. And I looked around the table and they all seemed to agree it was a good contract. But what if it was like that game of 3-card Monte? What if they were all friends and I didn't know it?
Mm. You see this? Oh, this setups be crazy, bro.
Was Iceberg's money in the first place?
Press pause one more time.
What was I talking about?
Iceberg Slim. He said that previously on
The Pimp?
Yeah, The Pimp. I read that book. Check it out. That book is fire.
What was I trying to tell you? Last week, 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, I called Lauren Michaels and I tell him, okay, I'll do it. I'll do Saturday Night Live on election night. And the day I made that phone call, the day I committed to it, it gets announced that Netflix is streaming Chappelle's show. Not just Netflix. HBO Max is streaming it too. Let me tell you another story about HBO. No, hear me out.
No clapping.
Did you know, before Chappelle's show was at Comedy Central, I pitched that show to HBO. I told them what I wanted to do. Now, these are executives. All they have to do is say, yeah, we'll take it, or no, thank you, we won't. But they didn't say either of those things. They went too far. They said, literally, what do we need you for? That's what they told me. As they kicked me out of the office. What do we need you for? And here we are, all these years later, and they're streaming the very show that I was pitching to them.
No clapping.
So I'm asking them, what do you need me for?
Okay, clapping, no clapping.
People think I made a lot of money for Chappelle's show. When I left that show, I never got paid. They didn't have to pay me because I signed the contract. But is that right? I found out that these people were streaming my work, and they never had to ask me, or they never had to tell me. Perfectly legal because I signed the contract. But is that right? I didn't think so either. But is that right?
Nope.
I didn't think so either. That's why I like working for Netflix. I like working for Netflix because when all those bad things happened to me, that company didn't even exist. And when I found out they were streaming Chappelle's show, I was furious. How could they not know? So you know what I did? I called them and I told them that this makes me feel bad. And you want to know what they did? They agreed that they would take it off their platform just so I could feel better. That's why I fuck with Netflix.
That's a great company.
Let's pause.
Pay me my money.
Now, there's two sides of the spectrum, right? There's the ruthless businessman. I'll be
Get
like,
that
yo,
money.
fuck that. I don't care fuck what this person think. I'm
Yeah.
getting that money. Or people that, you know,
Have morals.
that have morals. Like, you know what? If you're doing wrong, you deserve to face the consequences, right?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I'm gonna ask CJ Pause Man exactly what I want you guys to respond to in the comments. But do you feel like it's a right thing to be more nicer in business, or it should just be an all out ruthless like thing, like do you know what I mean? Because there's some people that say like well, you just get used to the how hard business is and this, that, and the third. Like if you can't handle this, then you shouldn't be in here. You know what I mean? But my question is, where's the line drawn? You know what I'm saying? Because some people treat it as like if you're not doing nothing illegal, then everything is fair game.
Yeah.
There's no morals. You know what I mean?
Certain people like Dave Chappelle, it goes a long way to do right by him.
Yeah.
If you do right by Dave,
but I'm saying, right? Would you only do right for a person that's already established?
I gotta pick and choose.
Yeah, are you gonna pick and choose who you're right? Are you gonna have? Because that's the point of morals, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who it is, or or the cachet someone has, right? Because would you only do right by Chappelle? Now, this is the thing with Netflix. Are they just doing this because it's a morally right thing to do, or they're like, damn, this is Dave Chappelle.
I think it's because it's Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
But then he brings them in. He brings them a lot of revenue.
Yeah.
With his stand up.
But my thing is like, is it, like, would you like to see, like, is that, I mean, it's right, but it's like they're only doing it because of Dave Chappelle. But would you like to see them, like, it's never gonna happen. But would you like to see business go down a road where they have moral codes? Like, we can't, even if this person was a D-list celebrity, we can't treat him like this because it's grimy. I wouldn't want someone to treat me like that.
Yeah. I do believe you should get paid for your work. Like, at least something. You should get paid. Not saying like he should get 100% of the revenue or 100%. 50%.
Yeah, everybody deserves to get the
a portion or something. It's like it's his work. He's not even getting paid at all.
Yeah, which is crazy.
At all.
Yeah.
Seinfeld's still getting paid from Seinfeld.
Crazy.
Why Dave Chappelle get paid from the Chappelle Show? That's one of the greatest shows of all time.
I mean,
Dave Chappelle is, in my opinion, Dave Chappelle is bigger than Jerry Seinfeld.
I mean, Seinfeld's Jewish, so he know the intricacies.
Yeah,
I'm joking. It's a joke. Calm down.
But I'm just saying, Seinfeld, he probably worked that out in his contract.
Yeah.
For him to do that.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, like, I just want to be funny and get a great show, That's it.
Young black man at that too. So yeah.
I called them and I told them that this makes me feel bad. And you want to know what they did? They agreed that they would take it off their platform just so I could feel better. That's why I fuck with Netflix. Because they paid me my money, they do what they say they're gonna do, And they went above and beyond what you could expect from a businessman. They did something just because.
No more Chappelle show.
If you're a shareholder at Viacom, then I'm talking to you. Because all that shit that they do to us, well, they do everything for their shareholders. That's what they told me. So if you're a shareholder in that company, tell them it's wrong. And if you don't believe that it's wrong, then fuck you too. You should know what's in the hot dogs you eat. Now, there's probably a bunch of people at Comedy Central and Viacom and all these places that have no idea what I'm talking about. They've all either quit or been fired or got Me Too or something. Them niggas is gone.
Yo.
Now, there's a whole bunch of new young people there, and they're probably looking like,
Confused
what is he
as
talking about?
fuck.
They may not actually know what the fuck happened to me. So I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Go downstairs to your accounting department, open the books, see what that show made, and look at what you paid me. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to pay me. I am inviting you to come with me and work with me. And let's fight against that terrible, terrible feeling that you made me feel together. We can fight together and work this thing with Chappelle Show out. Or I can just take it. Thank you.
Amazing.
Son, I think he's the greatest of all time, man.
It's not even just comedian. His storytelling
is crazy, bro. He's been in the game for so long, and he just reeks fucking
greatness.
Yeah, it's like he's just a legend, man. Like you can tell, like this is man. Oh man, that's like 30 years of like controlling a room and like it's so crazy, man. But it's fucked up what they did to him, man. I hate that he's going through this.
Are you boycotting the Chappelle Show?
Huh?
Are you boycotting the Chappelle Show?
I'm not watching that shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And plus, I already have all the great memories in my head. It's all good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That means we can't watch it on YouTube either. Right?
I'm not watching any of it. I can watch I'll watch Dave Chappelle's Sticks and Stones again. I'll watch Dave Chappelle's other stuff on Netflix. I'm not watching any of that bullshit, man.
Yeah.
They're my man dirty, man. I don't like that. And for him to have the balls to do that is crazy because think about all the people that like a lot of people in the industry say, hey, I didn't even get paid off of that. You know,
Yeah.
I think Cameron only made like $1,700 off of doing Paid in Full. You know what I mean? And look how huge it is right now. It's crazy. Like, you know, but that's what the industry is, you know?
Some people say that's how the game goes.
Yeah. It's messed up, man. And I want to hear you guys' comments about like this whole situation. You know, are you a fan of taking down the monster, or are you okay with how the monster is? You know, do you just believe in a what is it called, a dog eat dog world?
Yeah.
Yeah, dog eat dog world. I heard someone say it was a doggy dog world, like doggy dog. Like I don't think that's it. I don't know, some dude I know. But yeah, man. Booyaka, booyaka. I don't know why I said that. End it.